when you change things around, people will come around and start changing and begin to like you. No one's going to ever hate you forever. They're eventually going to like you. A bad guy eventually turns into a good guy when it's in need. And we all know that. We see Triple H, now he's one of the most loved characters in the universe. We see The Rock go from good guy to bad guy, from bad guy to good guy to heel. We need that. We need that energy.
Abbas here for iBoxingHub. I'm joined by Anthony Taylor. AT, I feel like now you're the savior of Misfits. Is that what you feel like?
I am the face of, when you become the savior, you now become the face of something. Now I am the face of Misfits, where I belong, and that's the main event. And everybody on social media can agree, AT deserves the main event. He well deserved it, he earned it, and this is why I'm here, and I'm going to deliver.
I was going to say, you said that about social media. When I saw that you were stepping in, that was the reaction that a lot of people said, like, AT really deserves it. What do you think was the turning point for you in Misfits, where people started accepting you as that guy in Misfits?
Just having fun, accepting who I am as a fighter, knowing that I can get better and change things around. And eventually, when you change things around, people will come around and start changing and begin to like you. No one's going to ever hate you forever. They're eventually going to like you. A bad guy eventually turns into a good guy when it's in need. And we all know that. We see Triple H, now he's one of the most loved characters in the universe. We see The Rock go from good guy to bad guy, from bad guy to good guy to heel. We need that. We need that energy.
Speaking about WWE, we've seen you talk about how you want to go into wrestling and all that. When do you think that could be a possibility for you?
I say probably by the end of the year, towards the end of the year, you'll see me in WWE.
Talk about the main event, Darren Till. What do you expect going into this fight?
I expect him to put up a really tough fight. He's a very formidable opponent, very tough, sturdy guy. And look, it's not going to be an easy fight. I'm just going to sit here and tell you guys that right now. It's not going to be an easy fight, but I'm going to make it a dirty fight. That's for sure. I'm going to make it very uncomfortable. I like being in uncomfortable positions and places because it makes me bring out the best of AT.
Darren Till talked about how he was in the UFC, you was in Bellator. What are your thoughts about that? Did that get in your mind a little bit?
That doesn't matter. We're boxing now. At the end of the day, his road, my road clashed and we came together. So yeah, he was on top of the Bellator. He was on top of the UFC. I was at the lower bottom of Bellator, and look, we're clashing here on Misfits as the main event.
What are your thoughts on Bellator now being over?
Hey, rest in peace, Bellator. I had a good run there. Great family, good people there. Now it's PFL turn. I have nothing bad about PFL. They're doing their thing. Nothing but respect for PFL. Hey, PFL, who knows? You might see me in the future.
Would you go back into MMA?
If the money's right.
Who do you think gets more support, you or Darren Till come fight night?
I'm not sure. I don't know that the Manchester fans.
I was going to say, do you know the Manchester-Liverpool rivalry? So,
yeah, so they might cheer me on, which would probably be a good sign. I'm like, holy crap, come in here as the good guy.
Do you want to fight more in the UK? Or do you prefer
I love
fighting
the UK. I prefer fighting in the UK and Europe because it helps build my brand overall internationally. I get more people who just knows me on a regular than I do back home.
There was talks, obviously, you were supposed to fight KSI last year. The fight didn't go through. That obviously was disappointing for you. Now, with a big win over Darren Till, is the KSI fight a possibility?
I mean, in the near future. Not right now. My focus is Darren Till, Jake Paul, Liam Smith, WWE, and if it does happen, it happens. I'm not fishing for it.
I've got to ask you then, WWE, we've seen Speed going there. He's taking finishes, RKOs. We've seen KSI take RKOs. Do you want to take an RKO from Randy Orton?
Listen, I ain't taking no RKOs from anybody. They're going to get the AT atomic drop from me.
And final one for me, I spoke to Mams, he said he wants to get KSI out 3 times this year. How many times do you want to fight this year?
Shit, as much as I can. As long as I'm healthy and they have room for me, I'm open to fighting anytime they need me.
Perfect, man. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate you, Jimmy. I got to head out.